The perfect flaky biscuit is a unique type of bread that is irreplaceable. It took me a while to develop a recipe that everyone will enjoy. Start by taking half a cup of butter and cutting it into cubes. You'll want to make the cubes about ½ inch. Make sure the butter is pure butter, not the spreadable kind or the whipped, because the whipped one has water mixed with it and it will act differently in the recipe. Put the butter in the freezer and then combine 3/4 cup of soy or oat milk, or you can split it half and half, with 2½ teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. This will make the milk curdle to substitute for buttermilk. Now combine the dry ingredients. 2 cups of Bob's Red Mill 1:1 flour mix, the blue bag, 2 tablespoons of vegan cane sugar, 1 tablespoon of tapioca starch, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Use a fork to cut the butter into the flour. It may take a few minutes, so be patient. Once you have reached a texture that is like fine sand, you are ready to add the liquid ingredients. Go ahead and pour in your vegan buttermilk and combine with the flours. This should form a workable dough. Make sure not to over-knead the dough, otherwise the butter will start to melt. Next, prepare your surface by sprinkling some flour on the counter. Sprinkle some more flour on the top of the dough so that it doesn't stick to your rolling pin. Now start rolling out your biscuit dough. In order to make flaky layers, we are going to fold the dough in half, roll it out, and then fold it in thirds. When you are rolling out the dough after folding it in thirds, try to make sure the edges don't split by pressing them together if they start to crack. Roll out until you reach ½ inch thickness all around. I like to get out a ruler and actually measure ½ inch just to ensure the proper height. This is really important to make sure that it gets baked thoroughly without being doughy inside, and also to make sure that it doesn't dry out. If it's too thin, it'll dry out. If it's too thick, it won't get thoroughly cooked. Finally, make your biscuit shapes. If you want perfectly round biscuits, you can use a cup. If you want square biscuits, you can cut the dough. You can stack the scraps to make more biscuits. You can even roll the dough in your hands, although this method seems to be slightly less flaky. Put the biscuits on a cookie sheet and slide them into the oven to bake for 17 minutes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. My absolute favorite way to have biscuits is with vegan butter and thickened berries. I also like them with gravy, scrambled tofu, avocado, and tomato. They're just so good. Now I'm wondering, what would you like to eat freely? Can you place it in the comments below? Are there any meals that you've been holding back on because you're allergic and you can't eat them anymore? I'd love to know. What are your family members wanting? Tell me. I want to make accessible options that everyone can freely eat.